All right, so we're back. We're underneath the truck. We've prepped the transfer case, cleaned up a bunch of stuff, old gaskets, old silicone, and we have our bolts ready, and we have a layer of silicone on the transfer case. I've warmed up this bearing, this bottom bearing here. Yeah, it's still warm. And hopefully it'll slide on fairly easy. I gotta get past my safety rings for my drive shaft. I probably made a mistake the way I built them, but it is what it is. And we slide this on here, and this should, the transfer case has dowel pins. Oh yeah, there we go. So it started on the dowel pins, so I'm just gonna take a hammer. So we're just going to take the hammer since it started on the dowel pin. Just tap. I know I didn't do a very good job videoing that, did I? Probably start a bolt now. That's pretty well up. Let's start a bolt in that top. So the top for the flange bolts or for the cover to work correctly, has got these countersunk bolts. Countersunk head bolts. And we are putting brand new ones in it. We're just going to snug them for now. While the bearing's still hot, we'll put some bolts in the bottom. I didn't put a lot of silicone on because I know I'm going to squeeze it out no matter what. Wish I could magnetize my phone's got a magnet on the back of it. I haven't got my GoPro quite set up yet. So we're going to snug this. Don't sound good, does it? We still got a gap. I needed a punch. Oh, I've got a small punch under here. I wonder what them bolts were. This is not going to be a very good video. So I think I lost some footage of the back cover, prepping the back cover to put it back on the transfer case. A couple things that I did was just put some Loctite on some bolts, the bolts that stick out to hold the back cover on, and screwed them in. And then to make the bearings fit better, just a fraction, or just to make them slide on that shaft better, I take a brake hone. I'll show you like this. I just take a brake caliper hone and stick in the bearing, and then hold the bearing and hone it out just a fraction. It takes a little bit of metal off. A hard ag bearing like those are, you just can't take a lot of metal off of them anyway. But it's taking some of the dirt and grime and maybe a nick or two or whatever out of them, and hone on it for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. WD-40, some oil, whatever, to try to get some of that taken out of there. And I know a lot of you do it on front end bearings. When we was changing Dana 60 and Dana 80 carriers, you'd hone that bearing a little bit to make it slide on there and slide off maybe a little bit easier. Of course, we also used sanding paper or whatever on the supports, the bearing supports on the third members to make that bearing slide off and on a little bit easier. So you wasn't, because when we was changing ring and pinions years ago a lot, you just didn't want to ruin bearings every time. The bearings weren't hurt. A lot of times you just trashed the gear or whatever. So that's kind of an update. Like I said, I lost that footage. fat fingers, whatever. I lost it. All right, moving on. So this is the type of yoke that I use with this 4-bolt flange, or flange style. It encapsulates the U-joint, and you're not running straps. I do run straps back here. I've never had very many problems with straps, as long as you keep them tight. But if I could switch everything over to these flange or 4-bolt flange style yokes, I would. I think they're better. Oh, I have some Molly lube. I'm just going to put on here and put on the seal. So hopefully it slides right in there. Just right around that seal. It's just normal things that you do to put a seal together. Alright. Okay, so now we're almost up against the seal. And to seal this splines, oh, right there's my cap. You have this bolt and this big flat-headed flange or big flat washer, whatever you want to call it. And you just smear a lot of silicone on there to hope it don't leak. Okay, so I've got the seal oiled and the yoke, and I've gobbed it with, that's probably too much silicone. We're going to start in with this. And I don't think I'll have to tap it. Oh, there we go. Ooh, God, look at the silicone. Oh, my. That's a bit much. Ooh, what a mess. What a mess. I need some on there, but not that much. Alright. Maybe that's enough. Alright, I'm going out of camera here. Trying to find parts. Alright, now I got this bolt and washer that hold this yoke on. Ow! I keep hitting my head. I will put a little torque on that. Oh, I hope that seals good. Alright, that's as far as we're going to go with that. So, that's how a ProFab kind of works on most of our Pro Stock gas trucks and your 3.6 truck diesels, your modified trucks, anything that's running a drop box or transfer case. That's pretty much how they work on the inside. That's how the back sides of them. That ain't a full rebuild. Full rebuild would be almost $1,000 worth of bearings and seals. I have rebuilt this case once. I'm not going to bore you with putting a drive shaft in because it can be kind of tricky and I'll probably cuss. So, thanks for watching. And sure would like to see you subscribe and like my videos. I think I'm going to keep this up. I've had some decent responses. If I knew how to turn this. Well, that's the basics of transfer case. Hope you liked the video. I'm going to call it quits for now. I think I already said it, but yeah, I'll probably cuss trying to put the drive shaft and the safety loops on, so it's quite the task. But I'm going to start that project, get this finished up, start tackling something else. Thanks, like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. I think I'm going to keep this up. I had quite a few good responses from it, so, and just always keep moving towards being pull and bound. Supporting the red and gold for the Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Hope we win a big game. And just remember, get more points.